posting these in back office for replays, but we start the recording after the shoutouts because YouTube takes it down with the song. So that's just a little hack for you. All right, so real quick, for those of you who don't know my story, I'll reiterate it again. And reminder for those of you who do, why do we tell stories? Drop in the chat. Why do we tell stories? Who gives a shit? Excuse my language. Who cares about Aaron and his wife and this island and stuff? Who cares? Nobody really. But facts tell, stories sell. Emotions, understanding where someone's coming from. Who here knows Bashar's story like the back of your hand? The restaurant, it burned, love of my life. You've heard it 50 million times, right? There's a reason for that. There's a connection. So when you're speaking with people, and this isn't just about prospecting, building your team, or recruiting or enrolling people into our awesome programs. It's not even about that. It's just about life. When you're speaking with someone, be the question asker. And when you speak, do your best to speak in stories. Try to turn things into questions and turn things into stories, right? So instead of saying like, yeah, man, you should stay disciplined, you say, yeah, man, when I was trying to lose 50 pounds, I found back in 2008, if I cut carbs and increased protein and went for a walk, I was living in Arkansas. My wife and kids were there. I was 57 years old. I lost 50 pounds because I did that. How much better is that than me just telling you, go lose some weight, right? Because stories sell. So here's my story. Back in the 2010 era, my wife and I lived on this island. We had a few different houses, a few different properties. We were doing cool stuff. We were launching hotels, spas. We got married. We were having beach parties. That was one of them. Lots of big beach parties. I was basically throwing parties for a living, and it was awesome. But I was looking for more. And so I Googled, how do I make money online? Bought this .com secrets book. Who here's read this book, by the way? It's an old school, like the original funnel book. If you haven't read this book, definitely go read it. It's the original, how to make money online book for the new era. That's me at one of the hotels, literally in 2019, reading that book, living on that island, being like, I want more. I want more freedom. I want to make more money. I want to be able to travel and not be in a hotel. I want to stay in the hotel. I want to retire my wife, who worked her butt off nonstop. Back then, she had to work all the time. I want to retire her. I want to live in Europe. I want to have a boat, a truck, and a car and a house. And I had all these things. And I was like, how can I do it? And I thought, the internet. Sound familiar? Anybody? And so I went through the process of reading books and diving deep into personal development. I started doing yoga. I started meditating. I started doing breath work. I started reading all these different books, listening to podcasts, and dove deep into that world. And I realized building a business online, becoming an impact creator or an Amazon store owner or any other type of business, it's actually just personal development disguised as a business. It's personal development disguised as a business. The business comes after you grow, right? Be, do, have. Be the person, do the activities, have the result. Be, do, have. This is me in the being era. I already stepped into it thinking I'm going to be an online millionaire. I don't know how the hell that's going to happen, but that's what I'm doing. And that's me there, right? Luca, if you could help me with the room, bud, with the people in the waiting room and stuff, thanks. So that's my story. And then cut to a few years later, this was me in Rome. I had lost everything that I built over there in Asia. A couple bad decisions. Who here's made some bad decisions in their life, right? Made a couple bad decisions. Literally went from like cloud 9 lifestyle, houses and boats and all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, in Asia, that stuff's cheap, so don't get it twisted. But I had a lot of pretty good lifestyle. Lost everything. Broke as a joke and in debt. Okay, made some bad moves. And this was the apartment we rented in Rome. So we moved from Asia after reading those books and deciding to go on the internet. We moved from Asia, took a flight, no money, no plan, just we have to move because when you move location, a lot of times things shift. And I knew that. And I was like, we're shifting big time. I'm moving to Europe. Like, this is a jump. We're going to go to Rome. Why? Literally because we were sitting on the deck and we thought, well, all roads lead to Rome. Who's heard that saying before? All roads lead to Rome. We were like, well, I guess it's calling us. I have an Italian passport. Let's go eat some pasta, right? So we just got on a plane and went there with nothing. Just a couple of bags and a credit card with like $3,000 on it, credit, no cash, no job, no income stream, no safety net. And on the plane, I told my wife, sitting in economy like seat 74J, I said, hey, when we land, you're not working anymore. We can focus on being a stay-at-home mom and building our family because that's what she wants to do. That's her dream. Her dream is to be a mom, stay-at-home, traditional family structure we have here. She wants that with all of her heart. And I was like, I'm going to give that to you. I don't know how, but we're going to do it. And when we landed, I built my office here on that couch, and things moved pretty quickly. It was like 30 months or something later, so like 2.5 years. We had $1 million in the bank, and that was way back in 2022, and we just grew since then. Now we live in Switzerland. We're building our family, and it all came true. It makes me cry when I say it, because it did. Man. All right. So that's my story. Makes me emotional every time. Um, and this is the thing that people want, right? There's a reason that you're all here. There's a reason that if there's some guests in the room that you're here, and it's not so that you can have some extra digits on your phone that says you have money. Who cares? Like, it does not matter. It's definitely not so that you can have some dirty pieces of paper in your pocket that have been all over the world and gross. It's not that. It's not about the money itself. It's what the money can bring. The money's a vehicle, right? The money brings you choices. We call it freedom of choice around here. Freedom of choice. So just understand that your goals and the reason that you're here and the reason you want to build your business, everyone else has their reasons that are similar. Does that make sense? Everyone else has a present situation that they're in that they want to change, and they have goals that they haven't accomplished yet. Drop a 1 in the chat if that's you. Something you want to change in your life. Could be anything. I want to live freedom. I want to travel more. I want to get less stress about my bills. I want to put my kids in private school. I want, right? Or I hate my job. I hate this. I hate that. I hate these things that are like painful, right? Now drop a 2 in the chat if on the other side of the coin you're like, but this is what I want to have. Like, I would love to be able to travel. I haven't been anywhere in Europe. I want to go to Paris and eat baguettes, right? My kids are growing up. I want to make sure they're set. Whatever. Drop a 2 in the chat if you have goals, right? So I showed you my goals. I don't want to work in hotels. I want to check into hotels. I don't want my wife to work. I want my wife to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to worry about bills and be in debt to people. I want to have a shit ton of money. Excuse my language, right? Those were my goals. And so understand that everyone you're speaking to, whether it's in this community or even just in life, everyone is thinking that. So have empathy with people. Understand that everyone is living their own life in different lenses, and they've gone through different journeys and different paths, but there's something that they want to change and there's something that they want to grow into. And the cool thing about the Impact Network is that we have a proven model to do that. We've done it for over half a decade with thousands of people. Not to mention the Amazon side of things, it's all one thing, but the Amazon side, like Mustafa is one of the coaches here. Mustafa, give us a wave real quick. Mustafa is one of the head coaches at BJK, multi 6-figure, maybe 7-figure. I don't know. I don't keep up with your store, but it's massive for sure. He's awesome. He knows his stuff. He's been building Amazon forever. He leads our students. So when you enroll students into the program, he's one of the coaches that hooks up with them and helps them out. It's like, we have a program that works. We've been awarded best online program for years now with Amazon. And on the Impact Network side of things, myself, Luca, and others who've been around here a few years have proven the model to be obviously very beneficial financially, which sets you up for whatever goals you have. Is that making sense? It's a long-winded way of saying we're all the same and you can do it. Okay? We're all the same and you can do it. Luca just hit senior director. He's locked in 27.5 commission for the rest of his life. That's outrageous, by the way. Nobody in the industry is paying 27.5 commission on high ticket sales. He's locked that in, and if he can do it, you can absolutely do it too because he's got a proven method. And if we're lucky, I'll call him on a hot seat today, and he will oblige us with some nuggets that got him there. Cool?
Puta madre, cualquier momento, mi mamá, yo sí me voy a hacer.
All right, Steven, what's up, man? Dude, what's cracking? Love it. See, this is fun, right? Super Saturday is awesome. We get so many. Who here is a guest, by the way? There's so many people in the room. It's hard to keep track. If you're a guest, drop a 1 in the chat if you don't mind. If you don't want to, that's cool too. You can just hang. But if you're a guest, hello. Nice to see you. We do these Super Saturdays every Saturday, free trainings and things for the public. All right. This month's promotion, there it is. You guys are aware of it. It's in the Facebook group. We talk about it all the time. There are a lot of people that are going up to associate right now. I don't know how many, but if I had to guess, I'd say 20 have ranked up to associate in the last week to 10 days, which is awesome. You just need 3 recruits directly to you, meaning you, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 people direct that you bring in this month. Anyone in this room can achieve that. You can absolutely achieve that. If you hold yourself to a high standard to actually put in the energy to follow the process, have conversations with folks and just simply show them what we're doing, it's a no-brainer, right? Because you get access to millionaire mentors, you get access to high-level sales training that people charge tens of thousands of dollars for. I'm in the process of loading a full sales module that I can easily charge people like $3,000 a month to look at that. But it's in there. It's $197 for a whole year. Right? And I'm going to load that up. It's going to be like the best sales training out there, and it's just going to be sitting there for you. It's very high level stuff. So there's a lot going on behind here. So getting 3 people inside just to join for the personal development side of things, the books we read, the mindset stuff, the meditations, all that stuff, totally worth it. The value's there. It's no question. Making money on the side, that's like a obvious side bonus, right? Does anybody have any questions about the promotion that we got going on here in July? I just want to pause and address them if anybody does. No? Okay, cool. If you do, just go up to your coach and they can fill you in. So are you in the Facebook group? Is your team in the Facebook group? For those of you who are a guest, obviously you're not in here, would love to see you come in after. By the way, if you are a guest and you're curious to get started or take a look around and learn more, just ask who invited you here to send you the link. And they can send you a link where you can register and you can get all set up, okay? Cool. So some wins from the community. Let's talk about this right now. As of today, we're at 298 impact creators, 80 of which have come in so far this month. So the hockey stick effect is taking form. It's compounding. It's catching fire. People are getting, following the process. It's compounding. We're definitely seeing the numbers raise faster and faster. I believe 14 people have come in today so far, which is awesome. So it's exciting. 298. We definitely got to break 300 today as a team, right? It'd be kind of silly if we didn't. Actually, technically we did because we just recruited like 12 people 30 minutes ago. All right, never mind. 330, 333. That's the goal for today. 333. All right. So it's raising great. It's going good. 80 people is the goal for this month. We're currently at about 70 for the whole team goal. So we like to set team goals around here. We come together and we work together because, it's a movement, right? The culture is that of a movement. You work together. And when you work together, things happen, right? Together we win. Alone you go fast, together you go far. So together we will recruit 80 and we are going to blow past that. So I'm looking for like 150, maybe 160. Maybe we should just double it. What do you guys think? Sound about right? Luca's like 3,000, right? Monica's like, I'm going to 6 more events before the end of the week. 12, right? Okay. So it's growing quickly and it's awesome. That's great to see. Speaking of Monica, here's a shout out. Monica hit up her first in-person network marketing event, all women group. Butchered that somehow. But Monica had a good time at her first event. Monica, you want to unmute and tell us a little bit about how this came about, how it was? Talk to us.
Well, thank you. I did have a great time. First of all, I called up Luca and I made an appointment with him, and we had a chat to come up with some strategies. So this wouldn't happen without him. So I bring you in, Luca. But we came up with some ideas and plans. So I stick with my plan, and I looked in my neighborhood, what kind of events going on. So I find this one online in my neighborhood, mom group. This is going to be their second year next month. So it was a big hit. Everybody was there to network and had fun. And as you know, stories, there are lots of stories from every single woman. So I enjoyed it. And, it felt like a breeze. It's a totally different way to be in person. And now I understand why Luca loves going in person to all these places. So speaking of, I'm going today at 1 o'clock to a smaller gathering, and I'm signing up to more in person just to make connections and have more followers and you know promote myself. Who am I and what do I believe in and what's my story and what's my why?
Yeah, round of applause. Round of applause, Monica. That's awesome. Yeah, connecting with people, shaking hands. Shout out Luca for helping the team, right? That's what it's all about. Go up to your coach. They are there for you. They'll support you. And you'll find that these are intimidating when you start. Like the thought of going is intimidating, but once you understand that it's fun and everyone's just there for the same reason, to network, to have fun, to talk about their journey, to give value to each other, you actually want to go to more. So Monica's already got the slight addiction here. I can see it in her eyes, and that's awesome. That's what you want to do. The biggest mistake people make in these businesses, in my opinion, is hiding behind your computer. Hiding behind your computer. And that also can mean, on say Facebook or Instagram, hiding behind your computer can also mean not putting yourself out there in content, right? So content that attracts people, telling your story in content. If you follow my content or Bashar's content, we're constantly talking about our story, what we're doing, where we are in my life. If you follow my stuff, you probably know me better than like my family, because it's like, oh, you were just here. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're swimming with your kid. Oh, you did that. Oh, you're driving there. There's a method to the madness, right? It's so that people resonate with you and you start attracting people that are like you. Write that down. You want to be yourself and attract people that are like you, right? There's a low chance that I'm going to attract someone who is into sports car racing and gambling. Very low chance that person's going to resonate with me. Very high chance someone will resonate with me who wants to learn how to make money from a computer, have the freedom to travel, and values family. That person will be like, yeah, I like his stuff. His stuff makes sense to me. Maybe a little bit of comedy, right? So Monica, that's awesome. I love it. You're not hiding behind your computer. You're putting yourself out there, and the results will follow. Be, do, have, right?
Can
This
I
is
can
this
I
is the,
add
this is the do
something?
part. This is the do part. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I add something to it? So the one of the amazing thing, happened that I met a lady who writes a book about master your mind power. So you can imagine she was sitting at my table and we all went around, hey, what do you do? One was a chef and going to private houses. So we each went around. And then she said, well, I have a book. I wrote it with my husband. And she had her book and that's where I'm like, oh my God, this is where I connected even deeper. So we talked. Turns out she lives 5 minutes away from me. We exchanged numbers, and hopefully, I'm working on getting her come in to talk about her book and give us some insight of her book and about how our mind works and how to achieve things. So that's like a big bonus. Now, can you imagine? I would not come up with this plan. I would not go to this event, and here I would be sitting behind the computer and trying to do it different way.
Yeah,
So I'm going out there again.
love it. I love that. And so Monica said, "Can I bring her on to come to an event here with us?" Absolutely. It's like name a day whenever she's free. We have 3 trainings a week. Which one? It's fine. Bring her on, right? Bringing high vibe people around here is what we do. We have guest speakers all the time. A couple of weeks ago, we had one of the biggest sales trainers in the UK training here, right? Who found value in that? How awesome was that, right? You can't even get trained by these people because they run massive teams usually, right? What about Giorgio, the guy I brought about a month ago, the Italian guy? He runs one of the biggest teams online. You could never get those guys to train you, but they're our friends, right? Bashar brings on people all the time, so it's very, very cool. The other thing I want to mention here, so Monica went out to an event And then, so she's in a live event, okay? But then she has her social media where she's also putting out content and prospecting and making, building relationships, right? How cool, how much cooler, I don't know, how much better, Monica, is your content now that you have some live event content to share on socials?
I mean, it's way better because now people want to start to follow me. They interested what I'm doing. I'm posting.
Yeah.
And again, it's comes perhaps from a luncheon. We just share. We had a great time. We had a great time connecting and talk to each other about different stories. And oh, I do this. Of course, they try to pitch me, or like there are lots of charity events to go to. So it's an amazing, and it was an inspiring and empowering bunch of women, just bringing their vibe and energy, and that was very infectious. So I recommend anybody who has not done going out to in person, look around in your local community because there is one for sure. And the fun thing about now that these new people joined, they click on certain events where I can see where they going. So I even see more than I saw before. I thought we have just a small little gatherings. Nope, there's a lot.
A lot, yeah. Yeah, that's networking, right? You're networking now. You've entered the web. So now if your friend clicks on something, there's an event there, you go there, meet people. Now what are they doing? Oh, you go there and there's people there. You can add content. It doesn't even need to be a giant event like this, right? There's a lot of people. Obviously, it's like organized and put together. An event, outdoor content, this kind of stuff. Luca and I, side note, here's a story, teaching through a story, right? Luca and I had dinner in, was it Vienna, Luca? I think it was Vienna, right? Yeah. So my wife and I drove to Vienna, and Luca drove to Vienna. We sort of met in the middle. Well, that was before you lived there, right? Oh, Salzburg. Cool. Yeah. So we met in Salzburg and we went for dinner. So Luca took us to a very cool, authentic Austrian dinner place that like a tourist like me would never find or think it's even a restaurant. And then you go in there and it's like this awesome spot. And we had these really nice meal. It was just the three of us. I got schnitzel or whatever else. We got this awesome big dessert that was this fluffy thing. Delicious. It was like delicious. And when we were there, we absolutely took some pictures together, right? So a couple of pictures like this, standing outside, a couple of pictures like this. Hey, waiter, can you take a couple of pictures of us eating? Yep. My wife and I, like all like this. So 4 or 5 photos. That's going on social media. And I'm going to drip it out. I'm not going to put them all at once and be like, oh, here's a photo dump with Luca. It's like, no, I'm just going to put a post up and it's like, surround yourself with winners. Your the people you surround yourself will dictate your future. Who do you spend your dinners with? This is Luca. He's been with us 5 years. He's earned multiple 6 figures. He's got an awesome foundation. Follow him if you want to learn how to be a leader. Tag Luca, upload picture, right? Now my whole following sees Luca. Not only do they see Luca, but they can follow Luca and check out what he's doing. It's like a funnel. Not only that, but he's tagged me. So it's the same, vice versa. And we both have content of us being out and having fun, because social media is about being social and it's about being entertained, right? Make a little joke about the dessert or splash some on your face or something. I don't know. Catch some attention. You know what I mean? So events are great for that, but it can just be you and your friend having tea. That counts as an event. All right. It's an appointment. Just snap a photo, put that up, and people will resonate with it because it's normal. Oh yeah, she's at Starbucks. I just went to Starbucks. Oh, what does she do anyway? I'm gonna check her out more. Ah, that's a lead, right? All right, one more update here. We all know Luca is senior director. Who's chasing Luca, by the way? Who's going for director? 10 recruits and 1 sale this month, right? Let's go. Let's go. We need some competition for Luca. There is some competition on the other side of things with some guys that we just brought in lately. They're not on this training. They were on a training earlier. They're like, what do you call it? They own Instagram pages. So we're going to combine the communities here. Got some competition over there for sure. But Luca is a senior director now, which is awesome. Congrats, man. 27.5 commission locked in. And there's Luca putting himself out there on podcasts. This is next level, right? Because now this is content for days. That's going to be what, an hour-long conversation or something. He can chop it up, get a graphic person to do it on Fiverr for $4. They can chop it up, or you can use apps. You can chop it up. He can have 50 pieces of content that he can put out into reels and stuff. And he'll just have endless social proof of him being an authority and him giving value and him like listening to what he's doing and his stories, right? Hey, Luca, what did you guys talk about on this podcast? Were you selling facts or were you telling stories or what were you doing?
It's literally just telling stories all day long, gaining a question, answering a story.
Yep, there you go. Cool. All right. Good stuff. A couple more exciting things. Who has seen these posters popping up in the trainings in back office? I put them in the Facebook group just to kind of direct you there, but they're all in the back office and trainings. There's more coming. Basically, my thought here is the different acronyms and the different things that we learn about how to run this process, putting them on posters. I remember when I was starting, comes a story. I remember when I was starting in Rome in that chair and I was new to this whole thing, I had little flashcards and I wrote them out and I had them all over the place. Maybe you've seen them in my content. Maybe. And so I had these all over the place, and everywhere I would go in my apartment, I would see different, like this type of stuff to get it in my mind. So I would encourage you and recommend that you print these out. They're wall posters, stick them in your office, stick it on your phone, right? So that it gets in your brain and you remember like, oh yeah, STEAM, that's for referrals. Oh yeah, what is that? Well, those are salespeople, those are teachers, those are enthusiastic people, they're ambitious and they're money motivated. Oh yeah, right? So then when Monica is out on her event or whatever, and the person's like, yeah, I got my hands full, but I love your vibe, Monica, but like I got my own business and I'm doing my thing here. I'm super busy. It's like, that's awesome. Do you happen to know anyone who's like, you know, enthusiastic, ambitious, like you, who might be looking at something new? Oh yeah, I know lots of enthusiastic, ambitious people. Oh, cool. You want to throw me in a group chat? Boom. That's steam. But you can't pull that off if you don't have it on the tip of your tongue, right? And so you get it on the tip of your tongue by remembering what these are. It's kind of like school, but it's school where you make money and have fun. Not the kind of school that I failed and hated, right? This is fun school because this makes you money and this helps you in life, not memorizing presidents or whatever. We got Google for that. Cool. So this is in the back office and I hope you enjoy it. Let's see. That's pretty much it. That's enough updates for now. We've been rocking for how long? Geez, 40 minutes, man. That's usually a 10-minute segment. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Well, firstly, let me just say this. Who's excited about what you're seeing here? You're seeing the growth. You're seeing the opportunity. You're seeing people proving that it's possible. Drop a 1 if you're like, yeah, I see it. I see people are joining. I see it's possible. I see the training is there. I got the support I need. Drop a 2 if you understand that this is 100% on you, that you are responsible for your result. In this business model, you have a coach, right? You have someone who's above you, who's showing and coaching you, and you have your group chats. We have these trainings. But at the end of the day, myself, Luca, Raleigh, Monica, you know, Tibor, Susan, like all of us are just at home doing our thing. We're just at home doing our thing. Nobody is going to fly and come and save you. Nobody. It's just the fact. We're here, but when we turn the Zoom off, we're in our house, aren't we? And our house is probably the most distracting place on the planet, right? That's why a lot of people in these business models actually go to working spaces. Have you guys heard of like WeWork or Share Space or these types of places? A lot of people force themselves to go to, say, a WeWork downtown, and they rent a little office and they make themselves like go to work. Like they get up, they commute, they sit in the office and they work. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're thinking like, man, I cannot get this shit done at home. It's a chaos around here and I just end up at the fridge. Who goes to the fridge? Come on. I know I do. It's like, yeah, maybe I should just heat up those burgers instead of writing this, you know, instead of like calling people, I'm just going to heat up some burgers and sit on the deck. I'm guilty. We all are. We're humans, right? So if you want to like lock in that way, go to a WeWork. The side note, the great thing about that is you're going to meet other entrepreneurial people that are looking for something at these places. We used to have sales guys on our team. Remember this, Luca, Josh and those guys? We had sales guys on our team before who rented these spaces in Miami, LA, wherever they lived, Austin, Texas, where there was a guy. They rented a space and they would go there all day and make calls. But while they were there, they would meet people, obviously. And everybody's sort of in the same vibe. They're entrepreneurs. They're like there to work for themselves, but like they want to be around other entrepreneurs. They would meet people at like the draft beer spot or whatever they had at these WeWork places. They'd make friends. They'd go out for a drink with them. And now they have a new network. It's basically an event. And then they would recruit them to our team. Or they would enroll them in Amazon. Like they were doing the impact model even without knowing it, if that makes sense. So it's a long way of saying if you're feeling unfocused, WeWorks and stuff are great. Another thing that can work awesome, and I would highly recommend you do this, get out of your house at least once a week and go somewhere that you typically wouldn't go to, like somewhere new, or somewhere that's elite. For example, take your computer, take your phone, take your notepad, get dressed up a little bit, and go sit in the lobby at the Four Seasons for the day. Do it, right? Go down to whatever 5-star hotels are in your neighborhood, sit in the lobby, work on your computer. I promise you, your value, your self-worth, your belief will just go straight up. You'll feel this high vibe of this 5-star elite environment, right? If there's a yacht club in your town and you can buy a day pass, go there. Buy a day pass, right? If there's some very nice, prestigious spa, go buy a day pass. But bring your computer and work, you know? Has anybody done that? Show of hands if you've done that. You've gone to these places and like done what I'm talking about. Anyone want to unmute and talk about your experience doing that?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I copy it. It's a term called smelling the leather. You are acting into that environment and you're attracting that environment to be part of you. So usually whenever I go there, it really feels good, like literally good. Sometimes you may not be able to afford the food, buy a glass of juice, and trust me, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So I'm getting myself used to the environment.
Nice. Yeah, smelling the leather. That's a good term for it. Smell the leather, right? I think a guy named Sifu might have come up with that, right? Smelling the leather is, it's like smelling the leather of a new car. That's the metaphor that they're talking about there. That's also a great thing to do. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here just for a second because this is important. Our self-worth will dictate the activity and the action that we take in this business model. And that's a pill that a lot of people don't want to swallow. But I can tell you from personal experience that it's true. If you don't believe you're worthy of success, you will self-sabotage. And you will self-sabotage by knowing you should do certain things, and you'll find excuses and reasons not to. Have you ever had your intuition tell you, I should be doing 1, 2, 3, but instead you don't do it? Show of hands. You're like, I totally should be doing 1, 2, 3 right now. Shit, I'm not doing it. That is just simply self-sabotage. You know what you should do. Your intuition's telling you. But your conscious mind, this thing that overthinks, steps in the way and stops you, right? Why is that? Why does it stop you? Because it doesn't believe you when you tell yourself, if I do this, I'll be successful. Does that make sense? Your subconscious mind is programmed to believe that you cannot do it. And so even though you know what you should do, you will stop yourself from doing it because your brain's just going to be like, why? I'm not worthy of that. I can't do that. Why even bother? Right? And the crazy part is you usually don't realize it's happening because it's subconscious. Right? So smelling the leather is a subconscious hack to force your brain into believing it's possible. And it can be very uncomfortable to start with. And this can be things like going to the Four Seasons and just walking through the lobby and sitting down for a cup of tea. You'd be amazed how many people feel uncomfortable doing that. And if that's you right now, it's normal. We've been there. I've been there. Totally. I can tell you when I lived in Asia, I basically lived the beach hippie lifestyle, right? I wore flip-flops and board shorts for 10 years straight. When we would go to Singapore, because that's where we had to fly through to go to Canada or whatever, we would go out for dinner to restaurants and different places. And I remember feeling that I was out of place. We would go to, Raffles, which is a 4-star hotel downtown. And we would try to, get a table and have dinner. And I remember feeling like slightly uneasy, and I didn't know why. And the reason was because subconsciously I was a beach hippie. And I didn't belong and deserve based on my activity that I was living, because I was slacking big time. I didn't deserve to be in a 4-star fine dining downtown Singapore surrounded by people with diamonds and suits on. Subconsciously, I didn't deserve it, so I felt out of place. I had a millionaire mentor tell me and explain this concept to me. And he told me, you have to go out and hack your mind. You have to break that. And I was like, okay, how? And he said, yeah, smell the leather, essentially, right? So what I would encourage everyone to do, and I would love to challenge you on this, because this for me was a breakthrough. Remember, I had no money, no way to earn money. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I was lost in life. And less than 3 years later, I was well over $1 million. Because of this one thing, literally, the belief that I was worthy of it. As soon as I believed I was worthy, I started taking the appropriate activity. Monica said, be, do, have at the beginning of this. Be, do, have. You can't have the thing you want if you don't do the activity, right? And you can't do the activity if you're not the person who's ready and willing to do it. Does that make sense? So it's be the person, do the action, have the result. Be the person, do the action, have the result. You can't be the person until you subconsciously believe you are worthy of being that person. Is that landing? So if you have a limiting belief that you're not worthy of it, and we all do, it's the human condition. It's not like a bad thing. We all do. Elon Musk has it, like literally. Trump has it. We all have it. Doesn't matter where you are on the success ladder of life. The human condition is, I'm not good enough. Show of hands. Sound about right? Show of hands. Show of hands. Show of hands. Yeah, that's right. So here's my challenge for you. The way that you can start breaking this in your brain, and it's a work in progress that we always have to work on. I literally did it last week, and I'm going to do it again. I do it all the time. Smelling the leather. So there's a few things you can do, and I would challenge you to do it this weekend. Today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. Before the weekend's over, smell the leather. So here's some ways you can smell the leather and post it in the Facebook group. I'll do it as well. Here's some ways you can smell the leather, and it's going to feel uncomfortable, I promise you. If what I'm about to say makes you uncomfortable, you definitely have to do it, right? Definitely. And when you go to do the thing, if you balk on it and you pause like, oh man, I don't want to, you definitely have to do it. Okay? Definitely. Because that's the tell. It's telling you. It's like, oh shit, that thing Aaron said is true. Like I am feeling anxious about this. Exactly. If you break that, you will do the activity that will get you the result here. Make sense? So here's some things that you can do. One, go to a 5-star hotel, sit in the lobby, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and just observe people. Bring your notebook, journal a little bit, your thoughts. That's it. Sit there for half an hour, 2 hours, as long as you want. Look around and people watch. Watch the abundance flow. Watch people show up in Rolls Royces and Ferraris. Watch people get escorted to the penthouse. Watch people show up in a $10,000 suit and a $50,000 watch. Watch that and be like, damn, that's right. And now you're around that aura, right? Feel it. Write down your feelings when you see it. That's one. Another thing you can do, go to the car dealership in your town and go ask to sit in one of the cars, nice cars. Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, Rolls Royce, an exotic car, a high-end car, Mercedes, BMW even's okay. Higher end cars. Go into the showroom, confident, chest out, be like, yeah, I'm looking around at cars. Can I take a seat in this one? If you shake in your voice and you're scared to do it, push through it. You have to do it. Sit in that car and smell the leather. Like, this is what a $250,000 car smells like. That's why, here comes a story. Every time we go on these trips, not every time, but most times, we rent cars. You can take an Uber, but when we're in Miami, 9 times out of 10, I will rent a Ferrari. Bashar will rent a Lamborghini. Bashar has a Rolls Royce. It's like you rent nice cars so that you can feel what it feels like. I can tell you the very first time I drove a Ferrari was like 4 years ago at an event in Miami with this company. We all rolled in there. Luca was there. Rented the Ferrari, had it for 3 days. I had never felt so cool in my life driving up to the restaurant and like giving it to the valet. Such a small little like thing. But like I thought I was like the King Kong of the world. And it's not from a place of ego. It came from a place of like, I deserve this. I'm making good money. I can totally afford to rent this car. I'm in Miami with our company. We're doing tens of millions of dollars. Like, of course I'm in a Ferrari right now. I feel that. But I can tell you, in Singapore, I couldn't even have dinner without shaking in my boots. It's a progression. Does that make sense? It's a progression. So some things you can do. Go to a hotel, sit in the lobby, people watch. Go to a car dealership, sit in the car, smell the leather. Take pictures of yourself in the car. Post them on social media. I'm out smelling the leather. What color Ferrari should I get? Oh, yeah. You know, this is what it's about. Third thing you can do. This one I'll get you. Go try on some luxury jewelry. Has anybody here walked into a Rolex store or a very high-end Cartier type of a place and just been like, hey, what's happening? Yeah, I'm just looking around. Can you get out that? And my wife wants to look at that. Have you ever done that? Do it. They'll put out because they don't know if you're gonna like buy it all or like they don't know. They're there to serve you and help you, right? Put on some nice clothes, look good, right? Roll in there with some confidence. They will lay out the velvet. They'll probably ask you if you want some champagne or some tea. They'll put on some white gloves and they'll start helping you try on hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of diamonds and jewelry. And you just start playing with it and putting it on. Yeah, this one looks okay. No, I don't really like this one. No, pink diamonds? No, I don't like the pink diamonds. Those don't look good on my skin. $80,000 bracelet. Go do that. Sip the tea. Enjoy it. Spend an hour in there. And then when you're done, just be like, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Out you go. These are ways you can smell the leather, and your subconscious mind now, this is like a vision board in real life. Who here does vision boards? This is like a real life vision board because you're in there. It's 3D. What's really happening, and I'll end you with this because it's getting intense. What's really happening in your brain, it doesn't understand that it's not real because it is real. The only difference is you're not taking it home, but you have it on your arm. You're sitting in the Lamborghini, aren't you? It's an $800,000 car and you are in that driver's seat. Your brain is registering that. It's connecting the dots. You know, David is sitting in a Lamborghini. This thing's worth 800 grand right now. 4 hours ago, he had on a $50,000 Rolex. Dude, man, David must be doing some shit. I don't know what he's going on, but like, man, that guy's getting rich. That's what your subconscious brain is saying to itself. Now David's going to go talk to a prospect or talk to someone who he wants to enroll in a program. And his subconscious brain is going to be like, yeah, you go, David. You got this, bro. You're the man. You were just literally in a Lamborghini a minute ago. Like, you have all the confidence in the world. Do your thing, man. Your subconscious brain is saying that to you. And then you go out with confidence and you just talk and have fun with people. And then people are attracted to you. Versus being stuck in a shell, scared, your subconscious brain thinks you're broken, poor, and down because that's naturally what it thinks. It's not that you are, it's that it naturally believes that. We all have that. And then you try to talk to someone about what you got going on and you're like this. And they're like, I'm good, bro. Is that making sense? Drop a 1 if that's making sense. I don't know how we got here, but I went on a rant. Little golden rant. So who's up for the challenge? Who's going to go out and put themselves in an uncomfortable position this weekend before midnight Sunday and drop it in the Facebook group with your notes? How did it feel? A picture. Who's up for the challenge? Let's show a show of hands. Who's got the, I'm not going to say it, but the cojones, men, right? Ladies, who's got the cojones out there, right? If you don't have your hand up, I will tell you something bluntly to your face now. Please listen. If you're thinking to yourself, now I'm not going to do this. I can't do it. If you don't force yourself to get uncomfortable, you will never grow and you will never be successful. Bluntly. If you won't force yourself to grow, it's a force. You have to push against it. It's like it's doing everything it can to keep you on the couch and safe. Does that make sense? Your subconscious brain is like, no, don't do this crazy stuff he's talking about. Stay home, have a bag of chips, and just relax, bro. That's your subconscious brain keeping you from dying because it thinks that there's tigers and like tribal people going to kill you out there. It doesn't know it's 2025 and we're all good. You go to the grocery store. Does that make sense? Your brain is trying to keep you safe. So when it steps up and it becomes this shield and it's blocking you from being your best version, you just say, no, not today, man. Get out of the way. I'm doing that. So show of hands, who's going to push through that shield and drop in Facebook by midnight? You're smelling the leather. I am absolutely going to do it. I'm not sure which leather I'm going to smell, but I'm going to smell a bunch of it. And it's going to be awesome. Cool? All right. Does anybody have any nuggets, takeaways, questions about this topic? And then we're going to move to the next phase here, which is going to be a hot seat. Go ahead. Remember, leaders go first. And when you teach something, you ingrain it in your own brain further. So if you learn something, you want to share it real quick, you're going to remember it yourself. So.
What I can say is that it really works. I did this stuff in the past. Actually, I moved my, let's say, so-called office a week or so in a very nice place at a high-end coffee shop in a 5-star hotel. And yeah, it creates a very good vibe. Your productivity, it's getting much better. You are more focused. You can catch up with interesting people. Even the waiter are much more qualified and more interesting than on usual places. So definitely we'll do it again.
Love that. Yep. Coffee shop at a 5-star. Great spot. Great spot. All right, cool. So part 1 of Super Saturdays wrap. Don't know where my rant came from, but I'm glad I got it out. It's important stuff. That was the number 1 thing for me. Once I broke through that, I was good to go. As soon as your subconscious brain thinks that you're worthy, you do things without fear. And without fear, you take action. And as soon as you take action, follow the process, you get results. So that's it. Cool. So if you're here as a guest, I'll just remind you, this is how we roll around here. It's personal development disguised as a business. And if you're interested to learn more about what we're doing, get started, jump into this thing. It's only $197 for an entire year, which is stupid. And we train 3 times a week. Plus, we teach you how to make money, and we've made millions, and we're going to teach you how to make millions too. Just follow the process. You can reach out to the person who invited you. They got a link for you, and they can walk you through it. And you probably want to meet up with them after this if you have any questions. Okay. Cool. So, what time is it here? Top of the hour. Hot seat time. Who wants to hear some hot seating? Yeah. So we're gonna put Luca on the hot seat. Luca, my man. My apologies, bro. I don't have the backdrop for you. I was hoping to have it right now. I don't know. Graphics guy is busy or something. He's not doing it. So that's all good. We'll have it for you soon, though. Hot seats. So for those of you who aren't familiar, we put people on hot seats. Typically people who are in takeoff mode, launch mode. They're catching some momentum. They're building teams. They're earning money. They're building whatever. They're doing something that we can all learn from, right? So in a hot seat, the whole point is to ask questions, and they will answer and help you with whatever you want to learn or whatever you're working on, whatever challenges are coming up for you, whatever strategies you're trying to think through, whatever you have going on, you want to ask about. The hot seat person is happy to answer and then share what they're doing. And today we got Luca on hot seat because he just ranked up to senior director. And I think his team, I'm sure you probably got a couple people ranking up soon because leaders go first and they bring their team. So hot seated up. Luca, take it away, my guy.
I mean, first of all, thank you so much for bringing this up here. I mean, honestly, I didn't prepare anything big. I was kind of like, if you guys have any questions, I can jump in and, help you out here. I just want to take away actually 3 points here. The first point is the most important one, which is the top 25. Like a bunch of people come in, and obviously social media is great and you need social media for this. And with social media, you can scale this endlessly. But if you want to build momentum quick, you need to talk to the people around you, friends, family, coworkers, people you met before, people you used to work with. So this is how you can start this up and build the momentum. And I've been telling this to my team as well. Go back to your top 25, start building momentum over there, and then catch it and scale it further with social media. So this is the first point. Again, top 25. Any questions, any thoughts on this top 25 from you guys? Just curious. First of all, are you reaching out to your top 25? Let me just see some hands up. Or people you know. Raleigh? Tibor? Interesting. Just curious, from everybody who did not raise their hand, why have you not reached out to people you know about this? And if you don't want to share, it's all good.
Yeah. So just real quick, remember, guys, this is the safe place, right? This is where we train. This is where we ask questions. We unpack things. So it's your moment to, again, get uncomfortable, right? Push past the fear, and also to mastermind. This is where we get together and mastermind strategies and learn from people that are successful with it. Luca's made multiple 6 figures doing this. I'll say that again, multiple 6 figures doing this, right? So he knows the process like the back of his hand. So if you're sitting at home right now and you're thinking well, I'm not reaching out to my top 25 because I'm scared what they're going to say, or oh, I built my list already, but I talked to them all, nobody wants to do it, or you have something in your head, just say it. Because I promise you, if you're thinking something, there's at least 2 or 3 people in here that are thinking the same. But you can be the one who has the courage to speak. So take advantage of that opportunity to speak and lead and have the courage, right? So go ahead, Luca.
Appreciate the input for sure. But again, this is what it comes down to, is having the people you know, right? They care about you and you care about them. And this is why you want to share this opportunity with them. And you have people around you, like your upline, your coach, who can help you with this. But this is the very first thing is, don't neglect the people you know, the power base. Let me give you a quick example here. 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, was it? Me and my wife are going to drive to our old hometown on Tuesday, just spend some time over there with family, visiting them. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to be there for 5, 6, 7 days. So I'm like, what am I doing there? What I did is I went on social media, I went to my phone, I hit up people I used to go to school with and people I did not meet for some time. And I just hit them up casually, like, hey, Max, Luca, haven't talked to you in some time. What's up? How are you doing? You're still studying, you're still working at this company. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be in town next week from Tuesday to Sunday. Let's catch up and have coffee. Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's do it. So we set down a date, a time, and we go out for coffee. So it's like, again, the power base. I love the word power base because it gives you the power, right? The base, and this gives you the power to expand. So top 25 power base, call it whatever you want. It's simple. It's people you know and care about. But the second thing, which I see most important, out of the three things, the second thing is you always want to be yourself. Let me put it this way. You always want to be yourself. Obviously, people have crushed it here, made, millions, hundreds of thousands. And we've been in the industry for many years now. BGK University, been around for many years. You always want to be yourself, right? Like when Aaron pops out a script, right? Great script. It's been tested. It worked before. You don't want to go out and just copy paste it or just read it off to your friends. They're going to be like, dude, you're acting weird. Like we never talk this way. Well, like, let me tell you a quick story here. So when I wanted to rank up to director, I'm like, okay, well, what should I do? Because of some strategies I used, I did not leverage the full people, my best friends and everything. So I hit them up. I'm like, hey, man, I just need your help. We've known each other for 15 years now. I've never misled you. Would you help me out here? I'm going to send you a link. Just go through it. It helps me out personally. I've been always wanted to do more in life. So can you help me out here? Yes. Okay, I'm going to pop you a link. Just go through it. I explain everything later. I knew I could do this with the people. I had the trust. They trust me. We've known each other for many years. Right? So I did not copy paste the script from Aaron. And this is why you always want to be yourself. This is the second most important thing. So first one, leverage the people you know. Second one, always be yourself. Any takeaways, any input here, anybody wants to unmute and share?
Yes, Luca, I have a doubt.
What's up, brother?
Good. How are you, brother?
Good, man.
Sorry, I'm in dark, so I can't on the.
Oh, good. I guess it's
it's
late for you, right?
yeah, it's 3 a.m. in Australia, so yeah. So I'm on the bed. I'm about to sleep, but I want to catch up with you guys. So, so one of the doubt I got from the before point is like you said like, have you reached the top 25? So I made a list of 10 people. So I reached to those 10 people, and then I tried 2 3 people to get into the these kind of sessions. But after like this happened 20 30 days ago, and then no one came back. So I lost the momentum and don't know what to do, and then focusing on other things, or I'm trying to catch up, and again that's the reason I'm back here. So yeah.
Truly appreciate you sharing this. Who can relate? Show up hands if you can relate to Suresh. I think everybody can relate to this. So the thing that there isn't a quick obvious answer to this, which I'm going to get to in a second, but you cannot help somebody that doesn't want help, right? So people that are super close-minded, they don't want to do anything, they want to stay in their little bubble, that you can't help somebody that doesn't want help, right? So this is the very first thing. And maybe they don't want help now, but they want it in the future. So you never want to neglect them for your whole life. You always come back sooner or later. But if they don't want help, you cannot push them to, right? Like this is the first part I want to get to. The second part, the most important thing about this industry, it's a numbers game. This is a full numbers game. Let me see if I can see this somehow. You want to know how many people tell me no? I had at one point, I did a no list. I'm like, okay, how can I get to 100 no's? Because the more no's I get, the quicker I get to a yes. Which means the problem you're facing, Suresh, at this stage is that you only talk to 10 people. If you had talked to 100 people, you're going to be like, oh man, I have so many people in pipeline, I don't know who to talk to anymore. Like, it just, everybody wants to start doing this. People hit me up all the time. So the very first thing, and this is why I love this business, man. This is an action-only business. You don't need to spend a single dollar to make money here. You don't. Let me repeat this. You don't need to spend a single dollar to make money here. The only difference where you are now and where you want to go are the actions you're going to take throughout the day. And so this is the most important part, because this is why it's crazy, guys. Like, you can make money here without investing money. You see how crazy this is? Like, if I want to buy Bitcoin now, I need, I don't know, 120 grand to buy a Bitcoin. I can invest 5 grand in a Bitcoin and hold part of it, but I still have to invest 5 grand. And then I wait to double it and it makes me 10. I'm like, okay, great. Dude, you can make 10 grand here with your actions today. Literally. We've had people coming in here and they made 10 grand in a day. And Aaron can confirm this. And so this is why the doubt you're facing at the moment, it's not the doubt of people told you no. It's, first of all, did you take enough actions? And this is what I'm big at. And you can ask Raleigh and Tiba. I'm always talking about actions. How many people are you talking to? Filling up the pipeline. Now, the second part, first of all, any input here, Suresh? Did you think this was helpful? Anybody has some input here? Because we all ran through this.
Yeah, as you told, like the numbers, it's a numbers game, right? So I'll be preparing more, some more people, like 10 more people or 15 more people, and I'll try to reach them out. Like before, I have, like the shyness or something, like to reach out to the people. What if they say no, or what they think of me? All this kind of stuff. But slowly, after having attending these sessions, I'm improving myself, like
Love this.
to, like say, like I listened, I think couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So one of the session, it opened my thoughts, like some of the different way. So I'm just in the learning process, but yeah, sure. I love your insight. Yeah.
Anyway, again, thank you for bringing this up here. You see the cycle that Aaron talked about earlier, the self-worth? Like, it's the same process over and over again. The only reason you don't talk to people you know about this is because you're afraid of what they think about you. Whereby, and I've been there. I've literally been there, right? When I started network marketing, the first time I started network marketing, I was 14 years old. I used my brother's card. I'm like, I'm going to crush this. I'm going to do it. And with a young age, like, let me pull up here Riley really quick for a second, because her daughter has been crushing it. She's just making calls and talking to people. She's 13 years old. You know why she's crushing it? She's just doing it. She does not overthink, like, what will they think of me? She's going to be like, F you guys, I want to have my new AirPods. So I'm just going to hit you up here right now. And so this is the difference. And this is why, coming back, this is a little bit different topic, but kids are just incredible, man. Like, if you can get the mindset of a kid just doing stuff without giving a damn what people think, this is when they really can start crushing it in life and in business. Like Aaron, for example, when he started, and I remember he told me this story again. He used to be in Asia, and he goes out there and starts making videos, selfie videos, and he was afraid of what people think about him. So he went into the corner where nobody saw him to make a quick video about himself, because he was starting to go online, made the video, and then he went back. Am I right, Aaron?
100%. I was totally 100% scared of what my friends and family on social media would think, and the people around me at the house or wherever I was would think. Who does he think he is, making a selfie about something he learned? Who cares what that guy thinks? Who you think you're special? You're not special, you dumbass. No one cares what you think. That's what I had in my brain. And I think we all do, right? It's natural. This is the whole thing. This is why we go smell the leather. The second that you sit in a Lamborghini and take a picture of yourself and think to yourself, this smells good, or you put the Rolex on your hand, or you go to the Fairmont, or whatever you do, all of a sudden your subconscious brain stops saying that BS story to you. And now all of a sudden you're just like, I do have valuable things to say. I just learned how to do 1, 2, 3. Like, I'm going to make a video about it. And then you just do it, you know? And then cut to a little bit longer. And once you've been doing it for a while, you actually enjoy doing it, because now the way that I look at this stuff now, and if you're around me in real life, you'll see that I really lean on this. I intentionally make them in the most public places I can. And I do it because I know that there's somebody who's there who's thinking what I used to think. And I'm hoping that I'm inspiring them to do it. That all started in Rome, when I was living in that apartment with the shitty little couch and no money, but I had already broken the belief. I already tricked myself into thinking I was rich by smelling the leather a lot. And I would go down, like, I don't know if you guys have been to Rome. Who's been to Rome? Anybody? Show of hands. So it's busy as hell, and it's touristy, and we lived right by the Vatican. So I walked through the Vatican every day, right down that center, to go to our like morning cafe place we liked. Very Italian, right? So we go through the Vatican. We would always go to the Colosseum. We would always go to the Spanish Stairs, all these various tourist places. And I literally would take my selfie stick and I would record myself Facebook Live for an hour or two, like as long as it would let me. And I would just have headphones on, and I would just be talking about the things that I've been learning lately on Facebook Live for hours. And I did the same thing in Asia. I'd just be like, you know, cool background. Hey, I'm just going by the Spanish Steps. Look at all these tourists. This is awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to get my coffee now, and then I'm going to go back to my apartment because I'm going to try to make some phone calls because I'm learning how to do online money stuff. Yeah, so yesterday I learned how to do 1, 2, 3, and I'm hoping to get this result and blah, 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 blah. But I would be like very public about it, and everybody would be looking at you. Would they? No, nobody's looking at you. And that's the thing. I challenge you to go do it and then watch the video. Nobody's looking at you, man. People got their own life. Luca, I'll give it to you in 1 sec. This is something to write down. For the older folks in the room like me, 44 and above, this will resonate. The younger folks in the room, just trust us, okay? Just trust us. In your 20s, you think everybody's watching you and everyone cares what you're doing. In your 30s, you think people are watching. They might not care so much, but they got their eye on you. In your 40s and above, you realize nobody was watching, nobody ever was, nobody cares about you. Everybody has their own life that they're fully focused on. As you get older, you realize this truth. And so if you just use that mindset of like, maybe they're watching, maybe they're not, probably not, who cares? And then you also smell the leather so that you're confident and you're like, yeah, I'm making a video. Why? Well, I'm making a video because I'm building an online business. I'm retiring my wife and I live completely remotely from my phone. I make more money than a doctor from my phone. That's why I'm making a video. Like in your head, that's what you're saying. Even if you're not making any money yet, that's what you're telling yourself because that's what you're on the path to do, right? Luca makes more money than a surgeon. I make more money than a CEO. The CEO of your bank downtown makes less money than me and Bashar. Way less than Bashar. My God. Bashar's made millions in a month. Take home. Like many times. Mustafa. I don't know how big your store is, but it's massive. It's a lot of money. Cash flow. So if you're like, oh my God, they're looking at me. They're not. And then number two, in your mind, it's like, this is my tool that's going to set me free for my life and my family. And I'm going to do it. And I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. Right? So that fear you're feeling is your subconscious mind. This whole theme is wrapped around that. Suresh, thanks for bringing that up. It's that. And we all feel it. Go smell the leather, put yourself out there, and you will see, you'll start getting results because people will resonate with you and they'll want to join you on the journey. They'll say, where'd you get that confidence from? Right? If you just bumped into me right now and I'm talking like this in real life, would you want to work with me and learn how to do this stuff? Or would you think you don't want to? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're like, yeah, I kind of would like to work with that guy. Drop a 2 if you're like, no, this sounds stupid. That guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Right? Obviously. Okay. Drop a 3 in the chat if you think that I'm not confident. Drop a 3 if I'm not confident. Drop a 5 if you think I am very confident. Okay. 5s. For sure. For sure. Guess what? The back of my mind today, when I walk outside downtown Lugano and I make a video, the first 3 seconds of that video, what goes in my mind? Oh man, what are people around you going to think? Oh, Jesus, I got to pull my freaking phone in front of all these people. Look at all those people having, this guy's going to walk right by me. Maybe I'll wait till this guy walks by me first. Anybody? Ah, there's a guy walking his dog. Okay, I'm just going to wait for this guy to get past me. Then I'm going to do it. Right? Raleigh's like, oh yeah. I still do that. Subconsciously, I'm like blocking myself. But I know the answer. The answer is just do it anyway. And so if I get the trigger of fear, the hack is to lean into the fear heavily and just do it in spite of fear. That's what courage is, right? All right. Luca, keep it going, man. Thanks, buddy.
I mean, good stuff. Suresh, great topic you actually brought up here. Anybody else wants to open up their mic and share something about this topic we just talked about?
Just to what Ellen has just mentioned, just to amplify it, successful people always feel the fear, but they just do it anyway. Be it on the phone calls, be it on the sales calls, be it on Zoom, be it anywhere. They feel the fear, but they just do it anyway. So that was powerful. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Love it. Great topic. I want to share just 2 more things on this topic. Suresh, if it's okay for you as well and for everybody else. Number 1, people around you will doubt you. They will say no. They will say, what are you doing here? They will say it's a scam. They will say anything about this for you to not do it. Because they don't want you to become more successful than them, first of all. But they will doubt you. So when you talk to people around you about this, like your best friend you've known for 50 years, they're going to say no. But I'll give you one quote here one of my mentors gave me. If you want to go to the next level, there is something you have to give up. What is it? I remember when I started going online, I used to take a bunch of drugs and drink a bunch of alcohol, just like the people around me. It was the wrong circle, right? But when I wanted to go out, I had to give something up. And it was those people. I had to give them up. So now I was at the other circle. I wanted to go to the next level, to the higher level. I had to give up those people. Like they could not get me there. Nice friends and everything. You know, we've had fun times here and there. But it's like they could not get me there. I need to find new people. And this is why you need this room here. Right? Because people will doubt you. And they will say no. And this is when you need this room to be like, hey, can you lift me up again? Like when you hit up Aaron or Raleigh or Tibor or Mustafa or myself, and you're going to be like, oh, so many people doubt me, I'm feeling down. Can you talk? Nobody will say no. Right? Because our core value, I have it here on my wall. Our core values, together we win. Right? So this is why you need this circle. So coming back, if you want to go to the next level, you have to give something up, whatever it is. Is it a little bit of sleep? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it friends? Is it limiting beliefs? Something you have to give up to go to the next level. Great topic, Suresh. Just could go on a little bit over here, but anything you want to add, first of all, Suresh, because you brought up the topic?
I would love to share something for Suresh. I don't know if he received it or not. Actually, I also received it from here inside the meetings. So at first, I think one of the greatest books which helped me, it was Your First Year in Network Marketing. Most of us already know that. Most of us, we already read it once, twice, maybe a couple of more times. And the idea is that this is the book which you can find also on YouTube as a video, and definitely it will help you a lot because that's the biggest. You will receive the biggest takeaways from there. How to handle the first thing which you face with your family, friends, and so on. And you will see a different perspective from everything. So I was really, really grateful for having that book. So that's why I always give this book for anyone with who I'm speaking to. And I saw that it helped many people.
100%.
Great book.
Great book to read. Tells you everything you need to know about this. And there is also the free YouTube. I think it's in the back office, if I'm not wrong, Aaron. There's the free YouTube version of it as well. So you can just listen to it whenever you are outside, do something. You can just listen to it. Great book, highly recommended. I want to touch on a question Nate dropped here in the chat a couple of minutes ago. I do have a question. As I was thinking on the names of people to contact for the impact list yesterday, I mentioned I wasn't a social person when I was younger. That said, I find myself struggling to think of other people, whatever they be friends or acquaintances I haven't seen in years, to reach out for this. The answer, I'm sure, is simple, but what do you propose? First of all, who can relate to Nate? Who can be like, I can't think of any, I don't have people around me. Show of hands. Nate, you mentioned here before I talk about this, you said the answer, I'm sure, is simple. What do you think the answer is?
You know, honestly, now that you ask the question out loud to me, it's I don't know. It might just be part of my old mentality, making me thinking and like kind of like doubting myself. Now that you bring it up.
I saw Seti unmuted just a second ago. Seti, you have an input over here?
No, just go ahead.
So there is the big limiting belief of I don't know anybody. But the simple answer is you do know people. Like, let me ask you this. Do you work a job?
I do.
Do you have coworkers?
Yes.
Do you go out shopping?
Do I go out shopping?
Yeah.
Yeah, every now and then.
Do your co-workers have a family and friends?
Yeah, they do.
You see the beauty about this business? Let's say you know 10 people, and those 10 people know 10 more people. Out of nowhere, you had 100 people. And let's say those 100 people know 10 more people. You have 1,000 people, and you just knew 10. It's crazy, right? It's like, how much leverage do you want? And so this is why what I do, and I did not talk about this for some time, but I never see this as a job. Like, I never viewed this as a job. It's more like a lifestyle. Like, let me tell you a story. I was out at the dog park with my dog. He and the other dog played, they had fun. And I started talking to the other person because what else should I do? I'm there anyway, right? So I was talking to the other guy and we chatted about what he does for a living and what I do and just casual stuff. Like, oh, nice dog. How long have you had the dog? Oh, nice. What do you do? And so we talked about those kinds of things. And then he's like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, we're in e-commerce. And he's like, wow, I always wanted to do something online. And so long story short, we talked, he jumped in, and we've been working with. And so what did I do? It's a lifestyle, right? So I barely sit here and like, okay, obviously you want to work, but at the end of the day, I'm like, everywhere you go, there are 8 billion people on the planet. Now, what we do here is we show you how to talk to them as well. So if you're like, I don't know anybody, first of all, use memory joggers. Aaron has great memory joggers of people just around you that you might not think of at the moment, but they pop up once you hear the word schoolmate. You think about, oh yeah, I went to school with this guy. There were actually 25 people in my class in school. What are they up to? Second one, social media. If you have Facebook, Instagram, always great to use because you're technically friends on there already, so they can just write down their names.
Okay.
And the third one, again, viewing it as a lifestyle, something you can talk about to anyone, anywhere. And this is where the back office trainings comes in, which Aaron just renewed, I get the word out, with great stuff over there. Was this helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. It's helpful. It's and you know from our conversation, it's like the old mindset I have. It's like it's old habits die hard, but it is very helpful.
And everybody has this. Like everybody in this room had this when they started.
Have them still.
Oh, still.
Doesn't go away. This is what I'm really trying to drive. It doesn't go away. You know, who here knows, like, you know, Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga, you know, these super pop stars, right? Like the most famous pop stars in the world. Music is questionable, but right. So, have you guys ever heard Lady Gaga talk about her experience going on stage? You guys ever heard like her interviews about that kind of stuff? She says Raleigh, you've heard what she says? What does she say?
No, she says many things, but she was introvert, and it was hard for her to express herself because she feels different.
Yeah, imagine. Hard for her to express herself. Lady Gaga, the most like expressed human probably on the planet, right? Like, and she also says that she feels sick to her stomach before every show. Celine Dion used to say that. Whitney Houston said that. Michael Jackson said that. Imagine that. Michael Jackson, right? Feeling nervous. Why? Because we're all the same. Subconsciously, we are scared. Like we don't think we're worthy. Have you guys ever heard of celebrities, famous people, people who've got very wealthy or very successful? Justin Bieber, he's a perfect example. He literally just said like 2 or 3 weeks ago that he's always felt like he doesn't deserve recognition and fame. I read some quote from him recently that he was like, I've always felt like I don't deserve this life, this lifestyle. It's a worthiness thing. And he's living in the leather. He's got that leather all around him all the time. The wealthiest, richest life you could possibly do, right? And yet he still has self-worth issues. Millions of screaming fans, people fainting when he walks around, his autographs worth money, still doesn't feel worthy. And we're over here thinking it's weird that we don't. It's normal. So again, the key to the whole thing is smell the leather, raise your self-worth so you feel valuable, you feel worthy. And then when you feel the fear, lean in. Be like, awesome, this is the moment. This is it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Right?
Yeah, I often forget, like, especially with people like celebrities, actors, and everything, like, they're human, just like us. They have the same thoughts and mindsets that we all have too.
Yeah. You know, have you guys ever heard the quote, don't meet your heroes?
Mhm.
Has anybody here met a hero, a celebrity or someone, and after you met them, you were like, huh? Anybody? Show of hands? No?
Not yet, anyway.
It'll happen, bro. It will happen. Now, I can also say I've met some people who, when I met in real life, they were even better. They really show up. And you're like, whoa, right? But I've also met some people that I really looked up to. And I was like, you know, I paid them money to be my coach and things like this. And then you meet them in real life and you're like, huh, this is interesting. Because they're not pushing past the fear themselves. Does that make sense? It'd be like if we came to Miami for the Impact Creator BJK Amazon quarterly event. Luca was just there, right? Susan was there. It'd be like if you guys all showed up there, and when we got there, I hid in the corner and didn't talk to anybody. Can you imagine how weird that would be? Or like we get there and Bashar is like being very shy and like, you know, avoiding people and being like, oh, I'm just going to be in the corner having my muffin. Like how weird that would be. You'd be like, what the hell's going on right now? Right? Anyways. Yeah, Raleigh.
Yes, when you said about celebrities, I met few, like, let's say, Sting, Tom Cruise, Enrique Iglesias,
I met him too.
even this the three tenors, and yes, because of my job, I met them, but I was talking to them, and they're so normal. They're real people. So at the beginning, it's like, yes, I have these cramps in my stomach. I feel shy. How I'm going to talk to them, what they're going to think about me. Am I good enough to talk to these stars? But turns out that they always feel that they're also shy to talk to people that they don't know. So it is weird. And as Aaron said, when you go through the first few seconds, you pass them, you have amazing conversation with the person. You really do.
Yeah.
Because they're also human. They also have things to do in life. They also learn from you.
Yeah.
And something else that happened the other day, it's yes, because some problem I have with my Facebook. So I can't connect with many people. I went back to my list. 2 days ago, I just it's one message I sent to 30 people. And guess what? 15 of them called me. They just sent back a message. 3 or 4 called on the phone directly. So yeah, maybe I was shy. I was like, whoa, what they're going to think about me now. I'm going to send them a message. No, I really wanted to know what they're doing, how they are. So we had perfect conversation. You know?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I wanted to know what they're doing.
Exactly. Curiosity. Curiosity and building relationships. It's not a pitch fest. You're not here to pitch and talk, it's not that. It's where are you at? What's going on? What's new? Right? Luca.
Sweet. Anyone else has any questions or anything? It's an open session. We all have here to have fun. We spent the past 100 minutes here together now. We got 21 minutes together. So anybody wants to share something, questions, support, mastermind here together. Like, you have a room of people that want to grow.
Not so much a question, but something that Riley mentioned I want to piggyback off of, like the whole like being shy thing. Like it's even a perfect example came into my mind for this is celebrities do what other celebrities do. Like one of my personal favorites, Henry Cavill, back when he was first starting off, like after he got in the role for Superman back then. And this was so recent, early in the week too. He was like on the red carpet. He notices Shakira, and he starts seeing it. It gets all shy. I was like, is that Shakira? So it's like it happens with celebrities too. It's like just found it like very relatable to the conversation.
Yeah, he's shy with her, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And
I
he's
mean,
a
it's
celebrity.
Shakira. It's Shakira.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, totally. Exactly. You know how you get Shakira? Be normal.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody else is.
Oh yeah, with Shakira, with Jenna Ortega, with a lot of people, it's like I've noticed it from like movie shows, like even in real life scenarios. Like, don't be the crazy fan because they get hundreds, thousands, probably even millions of them every single day.
Yeah.
Being normal, being your regular, genuine, authentic, 100% yourself, that's a lot rarer.
Correct.
And that's something that they'll notice a lot more.
100%. Love that, bro. So here's a hack, everybody. Write this down. Networking, putting yourself out there. You're going to bump into people. You're going to bump into mentors, coaches, people that are, successful in various realms of life, celebrities, right? Here's the hack. To be cool, to get in with them, and at the same time, fulfill the thing that you actually kind of in the back pocket want, which is like a picture, right? You're like, damn it, I want a picture with that guy. But you can't be asking dude for a picture, okay? Cannot. But what's more powerful than a picture of you posing together, like, hey, let's take a picture together? What's more powerful than that? B-roll. Someone else taking a picture. So this is what you do. There's a celebrity or there's someone that you're talking with or you're about to talk to. You might even be in line to talk to them, right? Because that happens at events sometimes too, which is weird, but it is, whatever. When you walk up to someone like this, or it's just an event and you're shaking hands, you say hello to someone. Instead of saying something stupid like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan, I love your movies. It's just like, hey, my name is Aaron. How you doing? Welcome to the whatever. If I'm like working there, right? Or if you're just at the event, it's just like introduce yourself as your name, as if they were just someone off the street. They're not a celebrity in your mind. It's Raleigh, right? It's Glenna. Hey, Glenna, how you doing? My name's Aaron. Oh, actually, I don't even know your name. My name's Aaron, right? If you use your full name, it's more powerful. Aaron Civitrez, nice to meet you. Oh, hey, Aaron, nice to meet you. I'm Glenna. Awesome. How you doing? We enjoying the event? What you got going on there? Compliment. Love your earrings. Right? Versus, oh my God, can you get a picture? Right? They're like, fuck. Okay? So introduce yourself like a normal person, give them a compliment, and just talk like it's your cousin or your brother or something. Normal tonality, be grounded. But before you do that, get your friend, Luca knows this because we've done this, get your friend, give them your phone, or just tell them to get out their phone. Tell them to take pictures of you talking to the person from a distance. So now you have photos of you talking to this famous person like a normal person having a conversation. You've got the picture. It's you having a real conversation, so it's way more authoritative. It's like this celebrity gave you enough time of day to have an eye-to-eye conversation. That's the frame of the picture. It's like, holy shit. Like that they must be important if they're willing to talk to them. Like, what are they talking about? What's Raleigh talking to Tom Cruise about? Like, what is going on right now? What is Raleigh and Tom Cruise discussing in that lobby? I have to know. Versus her like this, like beside him being like, that's stupid. You can do that at like Universal Studios with the wax figurines or whatever. Shit. Get someone to take a picture of you. Go have a normal conversation. Part ways, do whatever. Got the pictures and bounce and throw that up on social media. Had a great time at the event. Interesting conversation with Tom. Excited for his next event. Best of luck in your new movie. Tag. Right? Because you're his friend. Frame his friend. All right. Another random rant. I don't know. I must have got a lot of caffeine in me today. What else we got going on out there? Yeah, but that's a good one. That's a good one. 15 minutes left. Anybody have anything on your plate that you'd like to talk about? Questions? Any guests in the house that are still around? If you got questions about anything, stay out of the catnip. No way, man. I love my catnip. It's good stuff. Anything for Luca? All right.
Luca,
Oh.
how often do you how do you do your follow-ups? Can you just teach us?
Great question, because the game is in the follow-up. So what I do, depending on the person, the conversation, everything around with, I typically, like, let's say I go out for a coffee. Literally today, I went out for coffee with a person. We sat down, had some coffee. We left immediately. 5 minutes later, I texted the person, hey, man, it was great catching up with you. Immediately. I'm like, hey, I want to get it out of my mind. They're like, hey, he's thinking about it. Like, I'm always the first person who texts after I go out with somebody. And so, Suresh, if you're asking how do you follow up, typically text, because the reason why is I barely call my friends, and like literally I barely call them. And this is why I typically do text. Works great for me. If there is a call needed, I just hit them up. but it's like I typically do text messages or videos or pictures. But how do you do follow-up? How often? I want to build a 365-day follow-up plan. Pretty aggressive one. I'm not sharing it with you guys at the moment. It's pretty aggressive follow-up, but it should be casual, right? So wherever you left off the conversation, it should be something connected to them. Like they always think in their head, like, why are you reaching out? Like when somebody reach out to me, as Aaron says, when somebody reaches out to me, I'm always like, what do they want? So just a simple thing. Like, what did they say that you're like, oh yeah, actually makes sense. Like today he talked about going out to an event. So one of my follow-ups is just gonna be, which event are you going to? Forgot to ask. Oh, hey man, I forgot the event you're going to. Which one is it? I want to go there as well. So just something casual. It's not, you can send, there is nothing you can send that can destroy everything you've did. So it can be literally, hey, been thinking about you. Even I saw this and was thinking about our conversation. Right? So it's literally anything you talk to them, you can just connect it. Like, hey man, how are you? Simple. Should we go for coffee this week? Some of it is a simple text message, like you talk to your friend and you've been in touch all the time. Same system. Like it's casual. Anything can work. Like it's literally, I don't have a specific follow-up technique I use. At the end of the day, I always want to connect it to one of the things they said. Long story short. How do you follow up? Some people, they don't reply back after a few conversations. They don't. Happens a lot. Still how to follow them up. Can be after time. They see you around, right? So if somebody, you're hitting somebody up, like let's say your old school friend, you're hitting it up over and over again, and it's nothing getting back. Same thing like earlier, you can't help somebody who doesn't want help. It's like, cool, let me hit him up in 3 months again or 6 months. But we always want to keep it simple. Make sense, Riley?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. There's also in the back office resources, there's a follow-up training. So there's follow-up in the impact creator side and there's follow-up in the Amazon mentorship side, 2 separate trainings with some specific, things you can send. The key that I have found with follow-up is keeping it light and breezy and fun. So like memes and things are fun, right? Keeping it light and adding value over time. So I have a guy, we read a book, here comes another story, right? We read a book like last year, and in that book, they were promoting a coaching program. And so I went into the coaching program funnel. I opted in, I gave him my email, my phone number, because I wanted the free resource they were giving in the book. There's like a checklist or something, and I wanted it, right? And I was like, okay, I want the checklist. Here's my number. And plus, I want you to call me because I'm interested in what you guys got going on, and I want to hear what your sales guy has to say. I'm curious to listen. And so they called me. Great conversation, guy from London. I said, no, I'm not interested right now. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. To this day, he called me literally 2 days ago. This is a year ago. He calls me, I don't know, every month and a half, 2 months. And he sends me a text maybe once a month. And he just has long-term nurturing type of follow-up. He's just sending me resources and things. He's like, hey, Aaron, we just did this training. They released this new checklist. Do you want it? Yeah. Link. That's it. Nothing else. Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. So it's like, hey, there's this video Bashar made or Mustafa made about Amazon or whatever. Hey, there's a Super Saturday training replay here. Do you want to see it? Yeah, I do. Send. Thanks. Right? Everybody saw this news with this CEO and this girl, right? Like the whole world saw that. which is good. I'm glad the whole world saw that. So everyone saw those two and their debaucherous lifestyle. And so I made a meme, right? And I put it on Facebook. Who saw it? Yeah. It's piggyback marketing, right? So what I'm getting at is we're talking about follow-up. I made this meme here. Yeah. And it just basically says the look on your face when you see Impact Network people doing well, right? And everybody, oh, ha, ha, ha. So if you're in follow-up with somebody and talking about Impact Network, make a meme like that, or just take mine and send it to them. And just be like, hey, you see this drama on the news? Send. They're going to be like, ha. And that's it. But now you're at the top of mind. You're in their mind. It's like, oh, yeah, Nate's doing that thing. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Ha. Thanks, Nate. And then he'll like go about his dinner and his day. But guess what? At dinner, guess what he's thinking about and potentially talking to his wife about? Not the football game, Nate, and that business opportunity we were looking at that I forgot about. Right? Nate didn't talk about it. Nate didn't bug him and pressure him. He just brought it to the top of his mind by poking him with a little comedy. That's ninja follow-up. Does that make sense? And who's seen the movie Inception? Watch the movie Inception now. Okay? Inception. Watch it. Inception. Somebody please put something in the chat. Inception, Inception, Inception. It's sales. It's about putting things in people's minds. You're incepting them in there. Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio, it's a movie from a long time ago. It is awesome. Okay? Side note, my buddy does the stunts, which is cool. Yes, he met Leo. And no, he didn't ask for a picture because he's cool. Okay. So anyways, follow up. Keep it light and breezy and fun. Use memes, use comedy, use current events, and just build that connection with people and build a relationship because it's a relationship business model. And also remember, everybody is working on themselves. Personal development disguised as a business. Hey, Glenna, I know last time we talked, you were thinking about joining us and, getting in our network and like learning and jumping in the community and stuff. Today, actually, co-founder was there and he was telling us a story of when he was, living in Singapore and going to expensive restaurants so that he could break his subconscious mind pattern. Have you ever thought about that kind of stuff?
All the time.
All the time, right? Exactly.
All the time.
By the way, here's a replay of the event he was on. Send this link because they're in their back office, right? The replays.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh yeah, what's that? Oh yeah, here's the event. Or by the way, here's a YouTube video about that. Or hey, hey David, how's it going, bro? Good. Yeah, I was just thinking when we were talking the other day, one of the things you mentioned was, you were trying to figure out like your motivation and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's this really cool book that I was reading. It's called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. By the way, if you haven't read that book, read that book. It's an awesome book. It'll help you find your motivating push to do the work. Start With Why, Simon Sinek. It's like, so I thought about you, bro. Have you heard of that book? And then boom, send the screenshot of the book. And they're like, thank you. That's awesome. I love it. I'll read that. You're like, cool. Well, let me know what your thoughts are. And the cool part about that is hit them up in 2 weeks and be like, hey man, how's the book going? Boom. Now you have a reason to talk to them. That's not BS. This is follow-up. It's not about the business. It's not about making money. It's about building relationships, having fun, keeping it light, having some comedy, and adding value and being at the top of people's minds. And they'll come in when they're ready. That's it. Does that make sense?
Total sense.
Cool. All right. So we'll wrap it up here. Awesome Super Saturday. Love that you guys are showing up, taking notes, engaging. Stay close to the fire. You'll get heat. And again, the promo is still running for the rest of the month. So push up to associate if you're not there yet. You need 3 direct recruits only. Hit your coach up and be like, help me get these people. They will host the meeting, they'll host the presentation, they will help you, right? If you're an associate already, you want to go to director, it's 10 for your whole team, including you, and only 1 sale. Reach up to your coach and be like, let's build a strategy. I need to talk to 50 people in the next 5 days. That'll get you 10 people, right? That's the game. So reach up to your coach, build strategy, take action, face the fear, do it anyway. And if you're committed to change and you're committed to growth and hitting your goals, you will smell the leather this week. This weekend. Smell the leather this weekend and throw it up in the Facebook group. I'm looking forward to seeing your posts. Have a great day, everybody. And if you're a guest here, hit up who invited you. They can get you started. Peace out.